What's up, what's up? This is Jacques, and today we're talking about leadership. Today's question comes from my homegirl, Shanisha. And the question is, as an entrepreneur, how can I be a better leader to my team? Now, a lot of you guys who are watching this are probably entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs. Regardless of where you are in your journey, you know the importance of having an actual team around you to help you execute on your goals. Regardless of how big or small they are, the importance of a team, I can't even stress it enough. I made a previous video where I talked about the ways to go about building that exact team, specifically if you're looking to build a remote team. Today, I want to talk about being a leader to that team, right? So, and when it comes to building a team, I only have one advice, which is to be a mentor / coach to your team versus being a boss. Simple as that, right? Because a boss tells a team what to do, whereas a mentor and a coach helps them grow, helps motivate them, helps train them, helps them become better people. At the end of somebody working at a company for a couple of years under a boss, they may not be any smarter than they were when they came in. However, if you're treating your team like a mentor, at the end of 3 years working for you, they should have enough skills to be able to get an opportunity way bigger than what you were able to provide them, right? So simple. Now here's how to go about that. The first thing is, I think it's really important to embrace the mentality that you need your employees more than they need you. Like that's real. You know what I mean? Like, so, a lot of us feel like I'm giving you a job as an entrepreneur. You should be lucky, or you should be happy. But I put it like this: the pain of losing an employee is it hurts more than the pain of an employee losing a job from you. Let me explain. An employee been working with you for 5 years, they're into your process, they are running this part of the business and that part of the business, and then something happens and you lose them, right? Now, that 5 year that you've lost in that person, you're gonna have to try to rebuild that with somebody else. Whereas an employee who leaves their company, they're gonna go to another company with all the information they've learned from you. They're gonna be much better candidate, and they can kind of get going from day one. So I'm not saying an employee won't hate losing their job from you. I'm just saying, if you're doing the math, it hurts a lot more to lose an employee than it hurts for an employee to lose a job from you. So keep that in mind. Put your employees first and understand that you need them more than they need you. All right. So the second thing is not being afraid to be vulnerable around your team. I can't stress that enough. Like, a lot of us try to kind of embody this I'm perfect kind of lifestyle. Depends on the kind of leader you are. You want to look like, I don't make mistakes. And some of us, unfortunately, when we do make mistakes, we blame others or whatever the case may be, or we don't really own up to it, right? As a leader, it's okay. It's actually better for you to be vulnerable and embrace your mistakes around your team. Why? Because they will respect you a lot more, one, and they'll see the human aspect of you, which then means they'll like you more. Now, if you have somebody who, one, like you, but also respect you, that's the formula for greatness. So definitely don't be afraid to be vulnerable around your team members. Now, the third thing, which I also think is not talked about enough, if you are in a position to do so, I think it's worth that you invest in their personal growth. What does that mean? If you could afford it, invest in conferences, in books, in seminars, and things that they can learn. Not only stuff that coincides directly with the job, like whether they're a designer, maybe investing in classes to help them become better designers. So not only stuff like that, but also stuff beyond the job, like investing in financial literacy so that they can learn how to manage the money that you pay them, investing in gym memberships, investing in meditation, whatever you could think about, right? Books and all that jazz, investing in Spotify, Netflix, right? Because the more you do that, the happier they'll be as people. And because you're gifting it to them, there's a higher chance they can actually follow through with it versus if they had to make the decision themselves. So by doing that, you're gonna have happier people. And the happier your people are, the better it's always going to be for your organization, right? Because they're always going to bring that happiness back to the culture. They're going to bring it back to the workplace. They're going to bring it back to their productivity. So invest in your people. And last, But certainly not least, I think probably the most important thing is simple, to listen. Because I think a lot of us have this tendency to listen until it's our turn, right? We're listening, just waiting for our turn to respond. We're listening just to have a say, right? It goes a little bit with that mistakes and stuff like that I talked about earlier. But as an entrepreneur who's also a leader, just listen. Because by listening to your team members, they're gonna tell you the things you really need to implement to help keep your team members there. They're gonna tell you the things you need to implement to help keep your customers in. They're gonna tell you everything you need to do to be successful. But it's very important that you listen, drop your ego, and listen so that you learn what to implement, what to change, versus listening just to respond. So that's my answer.